Welcome back to Kingdom Lifestyle. This month we are learning about hearing God's voice. That's a very, very important part of our relationship with God. He's a speaking God, and it's really important that we actually hear Him in order to live the life that He's designed for us to live. So one of the things I love in the text I'm using today is it clearly says that Jesus is our good shepherd. He's a really good shepherd. And He knows His sheep, and He calls them by name. He says in John 10, the shepherd comes through the gate, the gatekeeper opens the gate for him, and the sheep hear His voice. They come to Him. He calls His own sheep by name. That's so personal, and leads them out. He walks ahead of them, they follow Him, they recognize His voice. They won't follow a stranger, but will run from Him, for they don't recognize His voice. So there's some really important truths here. First of all, Jesus calls us by name, and we can get used to hearing how He speaks our name. And guess what? It often sounds like our own voice. That's one of the most important things, is God's voice sounds like our voice from within. And He tenderly calls us by name. And then we actually recognize that, because familiarity means we recognize. The more we learn to hear and respond to God's voice, just like with a human relationship, when I pick up the phone and my husband's calling me and I don't look at caller ID, I recognize his voice, or one of my children or a close friend. Same thing with Jesus. We recognize His voice, and we learn to discern that from the stranger or the enemy. It is a process, but you can be assured the Good Shepherd knows your name, calls you, you recognize Him, and you follow Him. So go and live Jesus today.